So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the best high-yield savings accounts for 2023. And this is actually a very important topic because if you're currently holding your money and you're keeping your money in a regular checking account or savings account, then you're either getting zero, nothing, or you're getting the national average, which is 0.01%. Now, if you were to instead just move your money to a high yield savings account, then you could be getting over 4%. And just to put this into perspective, let's say you have $1,000. For every $1,000 that you have in this account, you'd be getting $40 in interest. Now, if you have, let's say, $10,000, that's around $400 or over $400 in interest per year, which works out to be just about $30 to $31 in interest payments going into your savings account every single month. So on one hand, you could get zero, you could get practically nothing from the bank, like, Bank of America, Chase, any one of these big banks, or you could opt for the high yield savings account and you can actually get some interest. Now, what makes this really important is if you think about the way that banks make money, right? So yes, you could get some interest, that's great, but banks usually, or all the time, they make money by lending your money out. So banks will take all the money that's deposited into all the accounts, and then they'll use this money to lend to other people. So they'll use this money to give people credit lines, to give them credit cards, to provide people with mortgages, to provide personal loans, car loans, and on every single loan product that the bank gives, they're charging a ton of interest. So for example, let's look at your average credit card. The interest rate is around 24 to 26%. If you look at a car loan, it's around 8 to 9%. If you look at a mortgage, it's around 7%. If you look at a personal loan, some banks are charging like 14% in interest, and they're using your money and you're not really benefiting, right? You're getting the national average, which is 0.01%. So the entire point here is to put your money where you at least get something in return for them using your money. Now, you could also opt for a CD, a certificate of deposit, and that will give you a higher than normal interest rate. However, with CDs, you're locked in for a particular period of time. So you could open a CD and you'd be locked in for a year. If you need that money within that year, then they're gonna charge you penalties and fees. So you're gonna end up losing. With a high yield savings account, you get to put your money in just like a regular savings account. You get higher interest payments and you can take your money out or add more money at any single time. So it gives you a lot of flexibility. So in this video, I'm going to go through the 5 best high yield savings account that I could find currently for 2023. And by the way, guys, if you're new here, you're new to the channel and you like videos like this, you like these types of topics, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. I'll really appreciate it. It's 100% free. It won't cost you anything. Also, be sure to subscribe with the notifications on. That way, you never miss the updates when I post new videos. And if you guys ever want to talk to me one-on-one, you can message me on Instagram. Link is down below or here on the screen. But with that said, let's jump into the best high-yield savings accounts for 2023. Now, the first one on the list is going to be American Express. And yes, this is American Express, the credit card company. They actually offer high-yield savings accounts. And here, they're offering you 3.30% APY, its annual percentage yield, and the account comes with no minimums, no monthly fees, meaning that you don't need a minimum amount to open the account, and you also don't need to keep a certain amount of money in here to get the interest, and you're not going to be charged any monthly account fee. So it's completely free. You can sign up and you can get an account here. It pays around 3.3%. Now, your money here is also FDIC insured, which means that if this company or bank goes bankrupt or something like that, your money is actually protected up to $250,000. And if you have more than $250,000 and you want to put it in high yield savings accounts, all you have to do is to put $250 in one account, then find another bank, put $250 there. That way you can spread it out, and that way you get FDIC insurance across all your funds. So you may be saying, well, Eann, American Express is a credit card company, so how are they able to actually pay me more in interest than my regular bank? And the reason is because of the way that banks make money. So American Express actually makes money from the interest on credit card payments and also fees from credit cards. So this is why they're able to pay you a reasonable amount and also most of these banks or credit card companies that I'm going to be talking about in this video, they are online banks. So this means that they don't have thousands of locations all over the country, and this way they don't have all that massive overhead, right? So they're saving millions or billions of dollars every single year by not having thousands of physical locations, and so they can pass some of those savings on to you. So that is one thing to think about. Now, the next one on the list is going to be Discover, and Discover has this nice graph right here that actually shows you just how much you could be saving. So for example, Discover is giving you the same as American Express, 3.30%. They compare it with Chase, giving you 0.01%. Citibank is giving you 0.05%. Bank of America is giving you 0.01%, and you can add a bank to see what it would be. But most of these banks are giving you next to nothing. I mean, you're not going to see this. Now, they also show you a monthly fee. So look at this, right? You're actually getting 0.01% in interest from, let's say, Chase, but they're charging you a monthly fee of $5. So you're actually losing. Even though they're giving you something, it's so small that the monthly fee is going to be more than the interest that you actually get paid. And if we scroll down, you can actually see here, this is how much you'll be getting in interest. $1.50 for the year if you had $15,000 in your account, right? And the monthly fee is $5. So the monthly fee, or the fee for one single month, is actually more than the entire interest that you're gonna get in this account for the entire year, which is crazy. If you went with like Discover or an American Express high yield savings account, then you'd be getting almost $500 in interest payments. So this is another really great one, and this is one that you guys should consider as well. They also have a bonus here. If you deposit at least $15,000 within your first 30 days, you get $150 for free. If you deposit at least $25,000, you get $200 for free. So keep that in mind. Now, the next bank on the list is going to be Synchrony Bank. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And they're giving you 3.75% API, right? Or APY rather. Now, there's also no minimum deposit, no minimum balance, and no monthly fee. So again, all these accounts that I'm going to be talking about here, by the way, are going to be free. You won't ever have to pay any monthly fees, any maintenance fees. There are no fees. You don't have to keep a certain amount of money in the account to get the interest. So these are all free accounts that you can actually open right now. If you scroll down here, you could actually see just how much more money you could be getting here in interest payments if you were to go with Synchrony when compared to other banks. And here they actually say the national average is 0.32%. That's kind of high, but even so, they're giving almost 10 times what the national average is. So that's the next bank on the list. This is Synchrony, and they offer savings and also offer credit cards as well. Now, the next bank on the list is gonna be Lending Club, and Lending Club actually gives you 4%. And here, no monthly fees with their high yields savings account. So this is also another really good one, and this is paying you a lot here. 4% is actually a lot. Now, I know inflation is a bit high right now, but this is why you want to have an account that is paying you as much as you can get, because you want to be able to keep some of the value off your money, right? If you go with one of the big banks, you're going to be losing everything. If you go with like Lending Club, at least you're retaining some of the value off your money. Now, the next bank on the list is going to be Basque Bank, and this one was actually the highest that I could find, and they're paying you around 4.15%. This is the highest that I could find right now. There were some other banks that were paying you around 4%, but I think it was like just 4% and not more. So Basque Bank is actually the one that's going to pay you the highest. And here again, it says you earn a 4.15% APY with 0 monthly account fees. So this is great. You won't be paying any fees for the account, and you'll be earning 4.15%, right? And also, this is also another bank that is FDIC, or the account is FDIC insured, so you won't have to worry about losing your money as long as you don't have over $250,000 in this account. So these are really good bank accounts. These are the best bank accounts that I could find. And if you're currently keeping your money at like Chase, Bank of America, or just any big bank and they're giving you 0.01%, always remember that one, you're losing money because the account fees are more than the interest that they're paying you every single year. So every single year, your account is getting lower and lower and you're just not noticing it. And number two, they're actually profiting from your savings. While you're keeping money there, they're actually using your money to lend to other people, and they're benefiting because they're lending this money out. They're charging a ton of interest and they're not sharing the profits with you. So you want to find a better bank, a bank that actually gives you something in return. And this way, it's kind of like balance, right? It's like a two-way street. You give something, you get something, instead of a one-way street where you give them your money and they're probably not even giving you good customer service just to begin with. Now, the bank that I currently use is Discover, and I also use a bunch of different banks, but primarily for savings, I use Discover. And the reason I use them, as you can see, based on what we just discussed, Discover isn't the highest paying high yield savings account here, but I'm sticking with Discover because I've had to call their customer support multiple times. It was always quick. I didn't have to wait several minutes to get through with someone. They were always able to resolve any questions or any problems that I had really quickly. I get replacement cards for free. They give me good credit cards. I get a ton of rewards on my credit cards, on my checking account. Actually, Discover actually has a checking account with a debit card that gives you 1% in cash back on every single thing that you purchase. So if I use my credit card, I get cash back. If I use my debit card, I get cash back. If I use my savings account, I also get a ton of interest, and the checking account is just there, and it's just a really nice bundle. So I use Discover because it's easy to use. They're giving me everything that I want, and I feel like it's a fair exchange. So with that said, you can choose anyone from this list. I'm sure they're all good banks or good accounts for you to use. But if you're looking for the best savings account or somewhere to put your emergency fund or just your savings in 2023, you want to consider one of these banks, if not all of these banks, because this is where you're going to find the best value. So that said, thanks for watching. All the best with your savings and managing your money, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next one.